Forest of Arden is my home. I've lived here as long as the trees have. I grew with them from a babe, sprouting, weaving, learning to stretch to the sunlight and stand silently under the stars. I learnt to respect them as they respect each other. Bring no harm to the world around you, and it shall not bring harm to you. That's the law here. I'm part of this forest. At night, I lie among the dead leaves and feel the squirrels scamper delicately over my skin. In the morning, I help the eastern wind push the sunrise up over the horizon, and in the evenings, I float on the western wind, carrying the birds on my back and cradling the sunset between my palms. I graze with the sheep, running in endless circles as the solemn shepherd herds us through the trees. I run alongside the deer, jumping streams with the same ease as them, my feet keeping time with their gallop. I crouch with the lioness, waiting patiently, following the glimpses of her prey through the bushes. I whisper my secrets into her ear, and she growls back her approval. I follow in her footsteps. I watch as she pounces, the flex of her muscles, the grace of each leap. She can kill anything. We're best friends, the lioness and I. We share our home, and no one disturbs us.
God damn these roots. What has my life become? I do run this far into the woods to flee from he who wants to call me son, and now does he threaten my life like this? I feel as though there's no one in this world who I can call a friend, let alone brother.
He climbs to his feet slowly. He looks so sad, so lost, so alone. He walks away slowly, as if his feet are full of rocks. He's human, as the shepherds are, but he wears different clothes. Richer in colour, reds and oranges like the sunset captured on fabric. They look soft too. They move with each of his steps. He spoke so strangely. There was a rhythm to his words I've never heard before. Nothing like the rough utterances of the shepherds. When he fell down, he snapped a branch. He's harmed the tree. Broken off a piece of her life force. Poor thing. I'm sorry for your pain, dear one.
Quick, where is it?
There's more of them. My forest never asked for this.
And so we are agreed. From this point on, you shall be known as Aliana, and I shall be your brother Ganymede. And we as a pair are naught but shepherds, come to work this land and live honest among these trees. And nature's full touchstone, you are most dear. Words can't express the thanks we have to be protected by your noble.
3 more. Aliena, Ganymede, and touchstone. New names. What havoc will these new three choose to wreak? They aren't dressed like the other man. Their clothes don't look soft and heavy. They wear colours of earth like the shepherds I know, and yet there is no natural dirt upon their cloaks. They are clean, as shepherds never are. They spoke like the other man, the one who broke the branch. They speak in complex lists of heartbeat sounds. Why do they bring their strange voices in clean clothes into my forest? The lioness follows them. She's jumping from tree to tree and sticking to the shadows. They haven't seen her. They'll never see her. These ones aren't worth hunting. She smiles at me, like she knows that already. She's just curious. She isn't hunting them. Yet. The lioness never stalks the shepherds. They're below her interest. No fun to hunt and not a threat in the slightest. The shepherds are safe. They don't hurt anyone. They're as much a part of the forest as the trees. Sylvius lives over there. I think he's my favourite shepherd. He's a young man with an old, sad soul and big, sad eyes. Sylvius is in love with Phoebe. She looks after sheep too, and she lives further up, where the forest drops off into the valley. Violets grow all around her cottage. She doesn't love Sylvius, though. I've heard her telling him so. And there's some goat herders that live that way, on the other side of the river. There's a nice goat herder called Audrey, who always sits by the river and sings. I lie in the reeds and listen to her sometimes. She sounds like honey. There's a boy who always listens to her from the shadows. I don't know who he is, but I know he loves her. He closes his eyes when she begins to sing and a strange wetness creeps out the edges. I don't know why they never talk to each other. She sees him all the time, but she smiles and carries on singing, and he smiles back. But he doesn't walk forward to talk to her. I think there's method to their silence.
Sans foi, j'ai mal parlé, sans quoi j'ai fait la parasaisie.
They herd their sheep in circles day after day. The men trudge and the women dance, and the same circles are drawn until the sheep are so familiar with it they know the route themselves. Sylvius, Phoebe, they're always so calm. They blend in with the bark of the trees, and their whistling sits in harmony with the birdsong that floats through the leaves. They've bought a house and some sheep. The new humans. The ones who speak strangely. Aliena, Ganymede, Touchstone. Ganymede is different to the shepherds. He doesn't herd his sheep, he follows them. I'm not sure he knows how to herd them. He follows his sheep like a sheep, following like sheep, following along and around with his sheep like a sheep, not knowing which path to take and weaving randomly between the trees. And he moves with all the grace of she who is female, in the patterns of those who call themselves men. His singing rises above to join the birds. It's as high as a nightingale's pitch. I've taken to sitting on their roof at night. Aliena and Ganymede's roof. Ganymede has befriended Phoebe, the shepherdess who Sylvius loves, and she sits with him in the evenings. I like to listen to them. They sit outside and look at the stars a lot. Phoebe's always cold and Ganymede always hugs her. I've heard them talking about how the night sky makes them feel small. The distance of the stars from us. The width of their reach. The bottomless dome. The smallness that they think they feel. The solitude. I don't understand it though. I've never felt alone. I feel connected when I look up at that infinity of stars. They're alive. They watch me as I watch them. It's a give and take of energy as everything else is. And it's beautiful. I watch, and they watch, and we stand and watch. And everything is calm in that moment. We know each other. I and the night sky. Phoebe is asleep on Ganymede's shoulder. Everybody is dark. I've been watching the first man as well. I don't know his name. He's been crying a lot and singing sad songs to the moon. He lives just over here.
I have no other way, my love, to express the hell I burn in without you. These trees shall bear the fruits of my desire. Keep faith and word and deed beneath their veil. Oh, wretched spirits, if you be real, wild ones, who haunt these trees with magic most grotesque, if you have sympathy, then guard this shrine. Guard my dear Rosalind's love through the night.
Stuck a nail in your skin.
I searched the width of the forest for this girl, the Rosalind he spoke of. The sadness of his smile made me want to help him, the wistful twitch of it as he whispered her name. I swept each hill, ran through the mountain's caves and swam the length of the river. I whispered her name to the wind, and it was carried to the furthest corners of the forest. But nothing stirred. Rosalind is not here. Ganymede and Aliena might know who she is. They speak in the same strange way as the man, after all. So I left the paper outside their house.
Aliena woke up and she saw the paper. She didn't touch it. She just ran into the house saying that name. Rosalind, Rosalind, Rosalind. It sounds like a scent.
Aliena, quick, where is it?
I'm the only one to hear them. It's so early, and all that's alive within my forest is still asleep. All that is alive is asleep except I.
From the east to western Indy, no jewel is like Rosalind. Her worth being mounted on the wind through all the world bears Rosalind. All the pictures fairest lined are but black to Rosalind. Let no face be kept in mind but the fair of Rosalind. Orlando's here.
Aliena, the one he calls sister, smiled at him. Aliena took Ganymede's hand and looked into his eyes. Aliena called Ganymede by a softer name, a name that brought forth the fragrance of summer flowers and made me think of the gold-painted letters that messengers on horseback carried through the forest, cradled at their bosom. She called him by a beautiful name. She called him Rosalind.
I know. I'll find him, I swear.
I tried to lead him as he ran, lead her as she ran. Ganymede. I lead Ganymede to the nameless man. I lead Rosalind to Orlando. I curved the paths of the trees in my wake, bent the sunbeams as they fell through the canopies, paused rivers, shifted boulders, flattened the inclines of the hills beneath her feet. I felt like I was doing something right. Something that might make them leave, solve their problems and return to their world. Leave us in peace. Love seems like something that solves everything, right?
I write these words on every tree to proclaim the beauty of my love for Rosalind, sweet Rosalind. Every great beauty runs in her veins. Venus's soft charm, Cleopatra's majesty holds high a head of Grecian curls. Helen's eyes upon her own, set to launch 1,000 souls. She is heaven sent, I swear, and I shall live and
die her slave. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm Ganymede.
Orlando.
Is this poem your words, dear sir?
Yes, 'tis. I'm lovesick for the sight of her face, and write verse on these trees in melancholy.
You do not seem lovesick, but rather bear the very picture of good health and life.
I would I could make you believe I love. I would give all I have to any man who could but cure me of this love sickness.
I can help you if you would like me to. I'm learned in ways of love and such.
Where are you from, sir?
Here?
You speak not like a native of this land.
My uncle from the city raised me.
Where did such a youth as you learn all about the ways of love? From maids? From sprites?
I've been about the world enough. I've seen the stars of love's true flicker. Do you love true?
No rhyme nor reason can express how much.
Love, lunacy, and madness in fated company do keep. Lovers need doctors just as the madmen do. In my history, perhaps more than madmen do. Dear sir, I pray, let me cure you of love's affliction.
Have you cured naught before, in way of love?
Yes, one. I bade him think of me his love. He called me by her name and every day would try to woo me as if I was her. I'd throw my mood to change with wind and moon. First love, then loathe, then laugh, then pout and turn most haughtily. Throw fit to humour, spit and then smile. In all act most devilishly until the knave fell out of love's sickness. Driven love to hate by my impossible ways.
Oh, Ganymede, you swear this is the truth?
Sir, I swear it.
What will you have me do?
Come, woo me tomorrow. I live just south of the Valley of Violets, near to where...
I know it. Yes, good sir.
You must call me Rosalind.
I'll see you tomorrow, Rosalind.
But I thought he was Rosalind. If he is she, then why does she lie to he who loves her so? Why does she lie? Or he lie? Maybe Ganymede. Audrey. Touchstone is wearing clothes like Orlando does. All the colours of sunset captured on fabric. And there's a feather in his cap. He's sitting at her feet. Audrey's feet as she sings. He's sitting at her feet and she's singing and stroking his head, and there's a flash of movement in the bushes behind them. He's run away. He heard Audrey singing and he came to listen and commune silently with his love. And he saw them together. Audrey and Touchstone.
Le soir que ma charmante Élise partit pour aller à confesser.
I heard Sylvius and Phoebe arguing again this morning. Sylvius told her once again that he loves her and begged for her hand in marriage. Phoebe swore he was the last person she ever wanted to marry. She begged for death over it. Sylvius threw himself at her feet, and this time she kicked him. I ran away after that.
It's but an hour into the day, my love.
To break an hour's promise in love. I can't believe you truly touched by Cupid's bow.
I am, I swear.
I don't believe you so.
Then my Rosalind you're not. She would ne'er doubt my devotion to her sweet nature. Virtue finds face in my dear Rosalind.
And I am she, your Rosalind. For now.
Then never doubt the strength of what I feel.
Orlando. Come now, woo me. What would you say to me if now I was your very Rosalind?
I would kiss before I spoke.
Nay, speak first.
If my kiss be denied?
Yes.
I would from Rosalind beg for her hand, and softly upon it I plant my kiss.
And if I were your mistress, I would kiss you in return. But love, virtue, and God do keep me in my place. I cannot kiss.
Oh, then mine own person I die.
Oh, my love, to die by just a kiss is not a death. Ask me something, as I was her.
Then love me, Rosalind.
Yes, faith will I.
Wilt thou have me?
Yes,
How long?
forever and a day.
My love. What do you feel?
I would marry you if there was a priest.
And I would marry you, my Rosalind.
It shall be part of curing your lovesick. Come, Orlando, come.
Oh, yes.
We'll find my sister, and by her be wed. We'll cure you of your heartache soon enough.
I can't tell if this is a game or not.
Aliena! Aliena!
If he knows, and she knows he knows or not. Who's who, what's where, how the lies are layering on the floor. I'm almost sure now. I've thought about it a lot. I think his name is Rosalind.
The sad boy is crying alone somewhere, while Audrey and Touchstone embrace by the river, their river. Orlando's chasing Ganymede through the forest to wed Rosalind, to falsely woo, to falsely love, and ultimately leave. Silvius is being berated by Phoebe, throwing himself at her feet every day in search of a glimmer of affection. Everyone is lying and everyone is lovesick. I want them to leave, take their chaos and retreat behind their stone walls. This is meant to be my forest.
Oh, good. Another new human to add to the chaos. He's cutting our bushes with a sword, slicing and hacking and... If ever there was a time to hunt, it's now, my friend. Please. He's killing our home.
Oliver!
Orlando!
Oliver, are you okay?
Orlando.
Don't worry, I've got a friend who lives close. Just give me your other arm. Just stay with me, Oliver.
Orlando.
Stay with me.
My friend, you're... I'm sorry. Orlando took Oliver to Rosalind and Aliena's house. They're looking after him. I think Oliver loves Aliena. He smiles when she smiles. Phoebe is still indifferent to Silvius. She's been following Ganymede, Rosalind, around. And Rosalind has been following Orlando around. No. Rosalind, pretending to be Ganymede, pretending to be Rosalind, has been following Orlando around. Audrey and Touchstone have been searching the forest for a priest to consecrate their union. I heard them arguing with the sad boy. His name is William. Touchstone talked down to him and bragged of his own wealth and education. Audrey laughed. William looked so sad. I listened to him cry for hours that night. I want to help him, but I don't know how. Oliver is Orlando's brother. I understand why he saved Oliver now, why he killed my lioness. He saved his brother's life. I'm still sad. But I understand it, I think.
I hear no end to it. No sooner did my sister and your brother meet, they loved. They are the very picture of harmonious bliss, the very wrath of love. I can't part them.
Their happiness does make me grieve the more, for my own love.
Orlando, am I not your Rosalind?
No, I can live no longer by thinking.
But you are not yet cured of love's sickness. Come now, and talk to me as her.
I can't. Her face haunts me as much today as when you swore to heal the wound of Cupid's spear.
Orlando, hush.
I am sick of this game. To think of you as she does torture me both day and night. You've not dissolved my love. I still burn in the absence of her face.
Let me another week to
Ganymede.
woo.
I can live no longer by thinking it.
Tomorrow, my sister and your brother are to be wed. If you love Rosalind as truly as you say you do, I swear your Rosalind shall meet you and be wed.
But how?
Trust in me, sir. Look, here comes a lover of mine and a lover of hers.
Silvius and Phoebe arrived. Silvius declared his love for Phoebe, and Phoebe hers for Ganymede, and Orlando his for Rosalind, and Ganymede his for no woman. And again, Silvius declared a new reason for his love for Phoebe, and Phoebe for Ganymede, and Orlando for Rosalind, and Ganymede for no woman. And then once again Silvius declared a new reason, and one by one each declared their own love. Around and around, like sheep following sheep following sheep, all in lazy circles.
Pray you no more of this, it is useless. Tomorrow all your problems shall be solved. Phoebe, if ever I loved a maid, it would be you. If I did marry a woman, it'd be to you that I did give my hand. I swear tomorrow I too shall be wed. Hush, dear, save love for now. If I should die before I wake, then to dear Silvius you must be wed, safe kept in my absence.
I'll marry you, I swear.
Dear Silvius, I will content you if what pleases you does content. I swear you shall also be married tomorrow, to she who you'll love more than life itself.
I pray you do not lie.
Orlando, to your Rosalind you shall be wed. I swear she'll greet you at the church. Touchstone, Audrey, Oliver, Aliena, so all will be wed and all will be well. Attend festivities in church anon, and all of us shall settle Cupid's work.
If I do live to see tomorrow's sun, I will be there. I swear it to you, sir.
And Phoebe and Silvius swear the same. Tomorrow, all will be wed and all will be well. Ganymede has sworn it so. Tomorrow, Rosalind shall arrive and Ganymede shall not, and Rosalind shall reveal that Phoebe is to marry Silvius. I don't think Aliena is who she says she is. And I don't think Touchstone is as rich and clever as he says he is. I don't think Orlando knows that Ganymede is Rosalind. I don't think Silvius wants to marry someone who doesn't love him back. And I don't think Phoebe wants to marry someone she doesn't love. I don't think anyone is thinking about anyone else. And I don't think Rosalind is a good person. She's manipulated everyone into doing exactly as she wants. They all left the next day and were wed. Oh, so happily, I'm sure. It's been a long time since then. Sylvius and Phoebe came back. They live in the cottage near the valley, surrounded by purple violets. They're both very sad. Sylvius writes poems for Phoebe, and she cries when she reads them. She doesn't shout at him anymore, though. I think she's past that. Rosalind and Orlando and the others don't come to visit. They don't care anymore. Rosalind tricked them into marriage and threw them back to the forest. I'm sure there's much more important matters to attend to than friendship in the world outside the forest. William, the sad boy, is still sad and alone. Audrey hasn't come back to visit him either. She abandoned something pure and beautiful for something that seemed impressive. I hope she is unhappy with Touchstone. I still don't know why the humans did what they did, do what they do. Why do they suffer to be unhappy? Why do they lie about who they are and who they love? Weave intricate webs of lies to tangle each other up in. Put their own needs before everybody else's. They all do it. They play games, and they wear disguises, and they try to turn the odds in their own favour. It's so selfish. I don't think it's fair that their character gets left behind in the fervent joy of the Act 5 wedding, and the banal dancing masks the reality of the twisted plot. I don't think it's fair that characters get left behind in sadness, forgotten by their friends, their lovers, and the audience. Because whoever wrote this story didn't remember to write them some happiness too.
Sad boy.
I know.
So sad. Of course he is. His name's the sad boy.
It's William! She abandoned something pure. Okay, we're gonna keep rolling and they're just gonna have to fucking edit it. I hope she is unhappy with Touchstone.
Touchstone.
Fucking Touchstone.